Hi, this is Donald Leslie, Residential Chartered Surveyor, with another short video about surveying houses. And this is for people who are, this video is for people who are buying a house. What we're going to look at today is a typical house, this one over here, a modern house built about 25 years ago, something like that. And it looks very normal, and but it's not exactly how it appears, and so we're just going to have a quick look at it and see how you can work that out for yourself before you decide if it's what you want to go ahead with.
So here's the house. It's looks pretty typical for its age. That was a garage. It's been converted into a nice kitchen, and but the thing about this house is it's not a brick house. It's got a brick cladding, but it's a timber frame house. And for people who survey these things regularly, it's kind of obvious, but for a lot of people who are buying houses, when you present them with the report, they are slightly surprised that that's what it is. And in our experience, estate agents don't really tend to sort of tell this to people up front. For what reason, I'm not quite sure, because there's nothing wrong with a timber frame house, normally anyway. The things to look for are, on ones of this is about 25 years old, and these slots, vacant mortar joints up there, they're a real giveaway, as is the fact that the reveal, that's the gap between the window and the outer frame, is a bit larger than it is on a normal house. Again, we can see here that the amount of the wall that's visible on the inside the door there is less than you would typically associate with it, with a brick one. And here are these slots again on the back as well. Go up into the loft, and hopefully my torch is switched on and ready. Here it is. And look at the side wall, and you'll see that's not what, if you were looking at a brick house, then that would be concrete blocks there. What we're looking at there is called the sheathing board, and it goes all the way down to the bottom, but in the main part of the house you don't see it because it's behind the plasterboard lining. So it's a timber frame house, but that doesn't mean it's a bad house. Timber frame, there's more timber frame now in this country than there's ever been. It's almost universal elsewhere in the world. Builders like it because it's cheaper to build. And if it's done properly, it can be more sustainable, the insulation qualities can be better. However, there are a few things that you have to bear in mind. People have got used to the fact that with a conventional masonry house you can knock walls out, put steel beams in to support things if they're doing alterations. With these you can't do that. You have to design any alterations to a building like this very carefully to take account of the fact that the bricks that you see on the outside aren't the load-bearing structure, they're just a cladding. So if it involves cutting into timber frame structures, then you need to be aware of that. You need to get a structural engineer on board to see whether that's possible or not. A lot of people buy houses with the intention rather to extend them, and if you're buying this house, you'd need to know, and you wanted to extend it, you'd need to know that it was a timber frame building. So that's one of the things. That there are other issues as well, but by and large, if properly built, there's no real disadvantage in buying a timber frame house. So I hope that's helpful to anybody that's looking at that sort of thing. My name's Donald Leslie. I'm a residential chartered surveyor based in Amersham, Buckinghamshire, England, and we're available on our website www.donaldleslie.co.uk. Thanks for watching.